Listen to this sweet, sultry voice. How, you might ask? How to AI voice? How? This video will answer your questions. I'll show you the tools I use, the AI platform I subscribe to, and my workflow. I'll demonstrate by creating a Lady Denton voice from scratch and take you through each step of the way. Let's begin. The first thing you should do is to prepare your voice files. For Deus Ex specifically, there are 3 ways of getting these files. The simplest way is to download them off the net. There are 2 websites you can use to download the game sound files. I'll put all links in the description. The first is Sounds Resource. You can download the Unpacked sound files in here. You can choose from sound effects to voice files sorted by levels. The downside to this is that the audio files within the levels folder are unsorted and named numerically. This means you'll have a hard time finding the voice lines you want. Let me show you what I mean.
Don't worry, I'll be watching your back. It'll be interesting to see how the transmission sounds in Manhattan.
I wonder, how does a guy with a tattooed forehead get to be an NSF colonel?
See Manderley on level 2 and let's move out.
Forgive my interruption. I just wanted to say that I look forward to working with you, Agent Navarra. Could you tell me how to find Jaime's office? See that? Trying to find voice lines this way is a pain in the rear, but thankfully there's a better way. A sexier way. In this website, you can download all vanilla conversation files sorted by levels and characters. This is such an invaluable resource made by ex-Ryborg. He worked on the Lady Denton project and is a top lad for releasing this to the public. See how much more easily it is to find voice files organized this way? Keep in mind that JC's voice lines are not in a standalone folder. They can be found as responses to other characters. General Carter, I read about the Merced operation in school. This is a great honor. A smart lockpick is always handy. Can you spare a nanotech tool? So what this means is that if I want to find JC's responses to Anna Navarre, I'll go to the level, then go to Anna's folder, then within that folder I'll find JC's conversation lines. Having the voice files sorted this way is such a huge time save. Lead the way. Exterminate. What about the rest of the shipment? Are we going in the front or is there another way? All right, with these files you may think, oh goody, let's feed these into the AI. Well, not so fast, JC. For the best result, you'll want to edit the files a little before feeding them into the AI. Feeding the AI these raw files won't give you the best results. You gotta cook these files first. I'll talk more about this later. In the meantime, let's go look through the other methods. Mods like Lady Denton don't have sound files publicly available. To get them, you'll have to either extract them from the game files, or directly record from gameplay. B. Extract with Deed. You can extract Deus Ex files directly from the source using released SDK tools. If you're ever interested in modding, or just curious about what's under the hood, you can use these tools found on this site. I'm not going to go through how to use these tools in this video. There's just way too much to cover. Maybe in a future video. Let's move on to the third method. Recording in game. What you need to do here is load up a recording software such as Shadowplay or OBS. Then record footage of conversations within gameplay. Of course, you'll want to minimize noise. So go to Options and turn down all other sound volume to 0 except for speech.
I spill my drink.
You'll then want to record about 3 minutes of the voice of the character you want cloned.
Start using the code name.
What's going on?
The NSF. They hit one of our shipments. A few of them got away, but we trapped the rest in the statue.
What are we waiting for? Looks like a textbook assault.
When you're done recording the footage, we'll move on to the next step, cooking it down. This part is essential if you want the best quality voices. I can't emphasize this enough. Whether you're taking sound files directly from the source or from in-game recording, the workflow for either is going to be similar. Step 2, editing. Now that you have your raw files, either audio extracted from the game or recorded footage, it is time to stitch them together. This step is necessary because the AI works best with audio files that are at least a minute long. Without this step, your voices are going to have a lot of weirdness. I made this mistake in my earlier vids. My first JC Denton voice was trained using the raw audio files. Each of those were less than 5 seconds long. And you know the results if you've seen my earlier vids. But just to remind you, this is the kind of unstable jank that may occur if the AI is trained on audio files that are too short.
I'm ranking the humble pistol. S tier.
Stealth, pistol!
The stealth pistol takes up 1 inventory.
Gap! Gun! Rockets!
The Gap! Gun is such a good weapon, but it takes up so much room. Get it from Paul at the start of the game, otherwise you'll have to wait till level 3 to get your hands on one.
Yes,
If you're willing to invest heavily in the low-tech route. There are multiple ways of defeating lasers.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. But it becomes less funny when you have to keep regenerating the voices because it comes out all weird. This is especially so when you're about to run out of characters for your voice generation AI. You're given a limited amount of text characters per month. And if you have to keep regenerating lines because something went wrong, it gets really wasteful really quick. Anyway, what you'll want to do now is to load up an audio or video editing software. I'm using Vegas Pro 14 for my editing. I know it's old and outdated, but it served me for like a decade now. Use whatever software you want or have. In principle, it's all the same. If you don't know how to use these types of software, I suggest looking up a tutorial or something. Once again, that topic is way too big to cover here. I'm going to create a new project for my voice files, then split and stitch the raw files together. Whatever the source, I want each finished file to be at least a minute long.
What's going on?
Unfortunately, that damned robot's footsteps added too much noise to the conversation with Paul, so I can't use that footage. That bot's footsteps is sent to the speech channel for some reason, and it's ruining everything.
First thing is to get you out of here. I'll handle the enemy.
Excuse, sir.
No matter. The sound in the rest of the level is properly set up. I'll just slowly split and stitch all the other conversation files together. At the end of this, I'll have 2 audio files of Lady Denton that are over a minute long each. Great. Now that they're split and stitched together, I can render them out as MP3 files. Now, the recorded footage method is pretty time-consuming, but you only need to train the AI once. If you're working with the raw audio files, it should be easier. Just dump all the audio files in the timeline with a small pause between each of them, then render out a minute of those into a single MP3. Once you're done with this step and you have your files, we can proceed with the final step, training the AI and making voices. Okay, I'll quickly go through the workflow for using raw audio files. The process is much simpler, although it is similar. Let's stitch together audio files of Gunther. I'm just going to drag and drop audio clips into the timeline until I have enough for more than a minute. I'll be making 2 sets, so I'll need 2 minutes in total.
Agent, open the door! Get me a weapon! I am ready to counterattack! They had us surrounded. I was forced to surrender. Do not make the same mistakes as your brother. The helicopter is waiting. Agent Navarra and I will handle it from here. Paul cannot hide from my infrared detectors.
When I'm satisfied, I'll just render out the selected sections as 2 MP3s. Okay, that's basically it. It's so much easier working directly with audio files, especially ones that are sorted so nicely. Now, let's use these files to make voices, starting with Lady Denton's. I use 11 labs to generate my AI voices. Links will be in the description. The interface is really simple, and they have a free and a cheap starter tier if you want to try out their product. So sign up, choose your plan, and we can get started. I think you need to be on the starter level at the very least to clone voices, and that's $5 per month. Speaking of which, if you want to help my channel out, I have a Ko-fi link where you can buy me an orange. Any amount will help this channel and myself out personally. To date, I've not made a single cent from ads, and I can't monetize my channel currently due to a bureaucratic fault with AdSense in my country. So it'll be a really big help if you donated. While I'm on this, I'd like to thank Queen Runo, Tim L, and Jay for giving me an op bonus last month. This helped me cover my 11 lab fees for 1 month. Okay, back to the tutorial. Let's start making voices. You'll want to go to Voice Labs found at the top of your dashboard, then click Add Generative or Cloned Voice. Next, select Instant Voice Cloning. Now, name your new voice and upload the sound files you've created. All that work will pay off shortly. Once you're satisfied with the name, descriptions, and uploaded files, click on Add Voice to proceed. Oh, you also have to check the agreement thingy. When all that is done, you'll be sent to the Voice Lab page. This is where you can choose the voices you want to use. Click on your new voice and test it out. Okay, let's just write up some nonsense for the AI to say and see how it turns out.
Hello, I am Lady Denton, the stealthiest agent in UNATCO. My brother Paul has gone missing. Not sure if it's because he chickened out or what, but it had cost us the entire operation. I'm here to see if I can salvage the mission.
Whoa, that's extremely robotic, even for a JC Denton voice. Okay, let's change up the settings and regenerate it again.
Hello, I am Lady Denton, the stealthiest agent in UNATCO. My brother Paul has gone missing. Not sure if it's because he chickened out or what, but it had cost us the entire operation. I'm here to see if I can salvage the mission.
That sounds much better. I'm pretty satisfied at this point. The voice is clean, it has enough of a range for a JC Denton, and I can also make it emote more with punctuations and use alternative spellings. You can now download the voice by pressing the button on the lower right side, or by going to History and downloading from a list of lines you've generated. Just like so. Anyway, let's try out Gunther Herman's voice. It'll be interesting to hear what it sounds like since he has such a different mannerism and accent.
Agent, open the door! My rusty metal skull gun is in need of a sweeping, and I do not appreciate stealth maintenance men that serve up lemon lime instead of orange. Get me an orange and move out of the way. The rebels will wish they had stocked their vending machine.
What in the hell? Why does Gunther sound British in this? Let me try again.
Agent, open the door. My rusty metal skull gun is in need of a sweeping, and I do not appreciate stealth maintenance men that serve up lemon lime instead of orange. Get me an orange and move out of the way. The rebels will wish they had stocked their vending machine.
Okay, clearly there are limits to this AI thing. Gunther's voice is too far from normalcy to work. Or maybe I should use the German setting.
Let's see if the older version of 11 Labs is more suited for a rusty metal mech like me. Maybe version 2 only works with the infinite power of nano-augmentation.
Okay, that definitely didn't work. That was terrible. Jesus Christ. Why do I sound like a weird Australian? For Christ's sakes, mate, I'm going down under for a barbie and wrestle with a crikey, mate. Sniper's a good job, mate.
Yep, it's not working. Now what if I tried something truly horrifying? What if I combined Lady Denton's voice with Gunther's? What kind of abomination would I produce?
There is a story of a man merging with a machine. But what about the story of a woman merging with a machine man? What would that entail? What would be the result of this forbidden union? Will they burn brighter the sun? Are we going to burn all right? I'm curious, I need to know. For we are Lady Denton, and we are Gunther Herman. We are Lady Denton. The fuck? This just sounds like some British dude trying to order fish and chips at the pub. Why is it so British? Okay, I had enough of this. Clearly you need to be a monotone agent for the AI to work well.
And that's about it. I hope this video has been informative. Like, comment, subscribe, and yada yada yada. Donate if you can. I love you guys. Bye.